Hey, what's up? This is Lady. Welcome to Point Park. We're going to be exploring. Just see what they have inside. Come with us. Okay, we're at Point Park right now, y'all. Pause and read. Point Park, Tennessee. It's more better scenery for me because, as you know, I am scared of heights. So with that being said, I can still see the horizons right here from a distance and not be weirded out. Pause and read.
Preparing to do programs up here, and I found out something a little surprising. Did y'all know that y'all are standing in the middle of what used to be the Cherokee Nation? I was surprised to find that out. I found out that Cherokee people did not even call this city Chattanooga. They called it Ross's Landing. It was named after the Cherokee chief, Chief John Ross. And there's a town in Georgia just a few minutes from here called Rossville, Georgia. And of course it also was named for John Ross. With that being said, I had a guest one day ask me, and I'm going to say this too, I learn as much from y'all as y'all will learn from me. Sometimes guests ask really good questions and I don't know the answer to it. And I get their email and I go back and I research it and then I turn around and I answer it. Well, sometimes it's good enough that you would want to include it on a presentation. And this man asked me, he said, how on earth were the Cherokee people removed from here? And I said, well, they were removed from here illegally. And I went back and did a little research. And I found out that the Cherokee lands are in parts of Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, and Tennessee. And at one time, the state of Georgia required a pass, a signed governor's pass, to leave Georgia and enter the Cherokee Nation. And there was a missionary by the name of Worcester, and Mr. Worcester had been into the Cherokee Nation many times, and he decided, you know what, I don't need a pass to go into the Cherokee Nation, so I think I'll just go in without it. Well, the state of Georgia found out that this man had gone in to spread the gospel without a pass, and they sent their agents into the Cherokee Nation to arrest him. And they then convicted him and imprisoned him. Well, he appealed the case, and it wound up going all the way to the Supreme Court. Well, his attorney was a gentleman by the name of Wirt, W-I-R-T, and Wirt was a premier lawyer. During the 19th century, you couldn't have got a better legal mind to have represented you. And what Wirt did, he made a statement. And he told Worcester, he said, I am going to defend your case, but I'm going to argue it in a way that it will solve two questions, or answer two questions with one decision. And I think the Cherokee Nation might be interested in what I'm going to argue. So Worcester was all ears and asked him what the argument and the defense would be. And he said, well, as I see it, the Cherokee Nation is an independent and sovereign land. Therefore, the state of Georgia's or the United States laws would not apply inside the Cherokee Nation. Went all the way to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court agreed with William Wirt and ordered the state of Georgia to release this missionary by the name of Worcester. Well, that also determined that the Cherokee land was sovereign and independent of the United States of America. However, this brings up another question that I thought was very important, but it's something I never thought about until I read up on this legal case. Whose job is it to enforce a ruling or a decision of the Supreme Court of the United States? Who does that?
Isn't that kind of a power they gave themselves?
Not quite. The President of the United States enforces the laws that are, or the decisions made by the Supreme Court. Who was President of the United States in 1838?
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson, absolutely. Do you think Andrew Jackson enforced the ruling of the U.S. Supreme Court? He did not, and so the state of Georgia began to remove the Cherokee people from its borders, even though they were in violation of federal law in doing so. Well, North Carolina saw them, Tennessee saw them, Alabama saw them, and said if Georgia can get away with this, what's good for them is good for us too. So they began to all remove the Cherokee people from the nation, or the Cherokee Nation, and of all places that they brought those people to, they herded them into stockades and into corrals in the city below you, just like they were livestock. Those people left here marching west, headed to what is now Oklahoma, on the Trail of Tears. It began right down here below. That was in 1838. The city was stripped away from the Cherokee people, but it's about to be stripped away from another set of people as well. By 1838, or by 1863, this place has gotten really, really important. Now, there was only about 2,500 people that even lived in Chattanooga at that time. There's nearly 200,000 now. But
I am about to shoot this cannon onto Chattanooga. Are you guys ready? Here we go! How you feel, lady?
Hey, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel like
She's on Scream It.
on top of the world, top of the world.
We will be down there later, you guys, for the duck tour. For the duck tour in Chattanooga. The Chattanooga Ducks in an old military boat. Know what I mean? Poof! All down to Chattanooga. Poof! All down to Chattanooga.
Hey there, it's Lady here. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Lookout Point. They used to look out to see if the enemy was coming. That's the river right there we're gonna be going to later. This is the Lookout Point. Chattanooga, Tennessee population is 426,000 people. That's the Battles for Chattanooga Plaza over there. We didn't get a chance to check out Lookout Mountain or Ruby Falls, maybe next time, but you know what? Y'all go check it out. Hello, this is Lady and Tony Bricks here. We're at Chattanooga Choo.
Chugga choo choo, chugga choo choo. Engine, that good. Historical.
Let's go. Chattanooga Choo has 3 hotel buildings, 5 restaurants, retail shops, rose gardens, they also have an antique trolley ride and also a model railroad museum display. You have to come check it out. Don't forget to go like and subscribe.
Tootie bricks. Chattanooga Choo Choo. I said choo.
How's your cookie?
It's hard.
Lemonade?
Lemonade is homemade lemonade. The cookies was hard at the Frothy Monkey, so if your teeth is not stable, okay, or if you have the veneers or the partials or what have you, do not get the cookies from there. Chattanooga Choo has become one of the city's top attractions. This landmark hotels in Chattanooga Choo has opened during the Christmas season of 1909, but the first train came here, right here to these very tracks, is in 1880.
Let's go, Earl. Look a lady over there, y'all. Look a lady.
Come on, world. Let's try this old-timey train. Let's see if we can do it, world. I think we can do it. You start the shit. Do.
Leaving beer for better days, world. Let's go inside this train. Ladies on. How they look, baby? Show the world. Oh wow, you guys, like we can actually use the bathroom. Look at the bathroom on the train. Oh, you can play games on the train, tic-tac-toe. American Draft. Wow. This is so cool, you guys. We're on a freaking dinner train. There's a menu. Oh wow. This is the actual thing. Look at the little seats. A little patio deck outside. See that menu. And off there, down the rail cart. And there's just so much rail carts out here. Like it goes all the way down. Like we was at the head. And like all these old trains, the Silver Diner was actually restaurant diner trains. Look at this old-timey glass up there. Oh wow. This is cool. History artifacts. You can actually get on these trains. I don't know where Lady went. There she is, you guys. I swear to God I didn't know where she went. Can you go in there?
Like, it usually be open to the public.
Yeah, this was what she was talking about. How I set up in here, tables and chairs. Came on here. She has a kind of old, funky smell. There's nothing in there. Yeah, I know how we go about these love things. There's not just us, it's everywhere. Like N plus M. There you go. This is a fucking threesome. Y'all see this, guys? J plus B plus A equals love. Whoa. They know how to party. They know how to, and it just goes down the train, you guys, like in the dust. I swear to God, look at this. And it just goes down, all the way down. Landmarks for you guys, you couples, to come out, have a great time, and enjoy the world. Stop staying in the house. I swear to God, stop staying in the house. So much to see out here. I swear to God. Lady and Tony motherfucking Bricks. On both sides of the train, you guys. Love everywhere. Love is in, yeah. And if you guys come here, make sure you look for our name. I want to see you guys' name next to ours.
We're going to the art district. Come along, follow us. Washington Museum of American Art. East Wing was built in 1975.
Well, she rubbed King Kong's ass. She smacked it. Oh, wow. Is he angry? Is he angry?
Oh, we're at the Art Museum in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Boom! Look at this lovely creature, ancient creature, ancient creature. Ponytail.
This is Bluff View Inn. This is the River Gallery Sculpture Garden. Okay, they're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and also on Sunday, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Let's go have some fun. Look at him. We always meeting new people. We're on our way to ride the Chattanooga Duck.
white boat there. You just go to the front desk and give them your name.
Okay.
And they'll give you little round tickets.
Okay.
Your moon pass. There's no bathrooms on the ducks for an hour, so if you need to pee, go down, because we don't let you jump off the boat, pee in the river.
Hey, good idea.
Okay?
So as we walk, yo, look, we got ducks as soon as we hit the bridge. As soon as we hit the bridge, yo.
If you in the area, if you live in the area, you don't see no ducks.
All the ducks. Tennessee walkway. Lady's gone. She's leaving me. Yes, shops and tickets, y'all. White boat. We ordered our tickets online. And we're just gonna come check in. Oh, that's where we were earlier, you guys. Ahoy there, sailor. Whoa, look at this guy. He's tall. And here we go, upon the 7th Ave. Gift shop. Reminds me of the Titanic, smells oceany. What do you think, wife? Smells oceany? Nothing changed. You can tell it's an antique ship. This is a very antique ship here. You can smell it.
Always like to try the names out. Good. Like how they go different.
My wife in the bathroom. Southern Belle. She got this bucket here. Where she going? That damn bucket. And we late, y'all. We the last one on the damn bus. Look at this shit. She got the bucket.
But there were a couple of
Woo! Woo!
Don't forget to go like and subscribe. And leave a comment while you're at it.
Bring you some towels?
Yeah, where's it, man?
They're dry off. Yeah.
I got some extra paper towels. You get too wet, okay? Alright guys, welcome aboard. My name is Rob. I'll be your boat captain or your bus driver, depending upon where we are throughout our trip. When we're on land, we're a bus. So just like a school bus you guys have been on before, please no running around or throwing anything. Keep your hands inside the bus, your feet inside the bus, your heads inside the bus. Which one's my troublemaker? Not supposed to raise your own hand. We're driving down the road. You guys see someone walking in the other direction? Please do not reach out the window, try to whack them on the backside of the head, give them a high five. Because you may get them, we may all laugh. That tree or street sign that you didn't see, we're not laughing anymore. So please keep everything inside the duck. We're driving on land. You get in the water and we're a boat. Right now it looks like I have 2 extra seats that you guys want to move around with your family. You're more than welcome to. Please just do not run around the boat. Again, please keep your hands and feet and everything inside the boat. When we get in the water, we're probably about that far from the edge of the water. So as tempting as it may be, all you little ones along the side of the boat, land them more like a duck does, right? Who likes that answer? Sounds pretty good. Guys ever seen a duck fly? Ducks fly. Yeah, you guys want to see us fly? Who said yes? Get off the boat. If you see us flying, it means I'm taking a turn up a bridge I should not be on, and those life jackets we were talking about earlier, we're not going to need them anymore because we're going to need a parachute. So no, that's not why they call them a duck. When I've asked you guys how to spell duck, how would most of you guys normally spell duck? D-U-C-K. You guys were in English class, you'd be correct. We're Private Ryan. At the very beginning of that movie of Saving Private Ryan, there were a bunch of boats that were heading towards the shore. A little bit wider in this boat, a little bit longer in this boat. Had a big door on the front of them. As soon as they hit the beach, that big door fell forward. All the guys came running out. Those were Higgins boats. And those boats are really good for getting lots of people and lots of supplies to the shore. The problem with those boats is they're heading towards shore. If they hit a sandbar, that's as far as they could go. They couldn't have fuel up and over that sandbar. So they hit the sandbar, they dropped their door, all the guys come running out. Problem. What usually happens after a sandbar? More water. More deep water, actually. So if you're a soldier, you got 50 pounds of gear on your back, and all of a sudden you find yourself back in 10, 15 feet of water, you got a problem. So basically the U.S. military needed something that could hit that sandbar, get up and over it, get back in the water, drive up to the beaches, unload all the supplies their soldiers. But also the front lines that move several miles inland, they need something to drive up on the beach and get up on the main roads and maybe drive 2 or 3 miles to the front lines. So basically they're looking for a boat that go on land or a truck that go in the water. So the U.S. military looked around, they found this boat designer from California and said, hey, can you help us design a boat that go on land? Guy said, I'll see what I can do. 28 days later, this is what they came up with. Instead of reinventing the wheel, what they basically did was they took that old Deuce and a half, that 2.5-ton truck they had thousands of, they put a bottom on it, put a couple more sides on it, put a propeller on it, put a rudder on it, turned that truck into this boat. Now, they really weren't too sure how successful they were going to be with them. They only ended up making about 200 of them. Sent them around the country, different military bases for guys to experiment with, play with, see what they thought of them, what they liked about them, what they didn't like about them, what they thought they could do to improve to make them any better. They didn't like anything about these things. They were extremely slow, bulky, cumbersome. Nobody liked them. In fact, they didn't like them so much, they wanted to scrap the program and get rid of them. In fact, they were getting ready to scrap the program until one day in Provincetown, Massachusetts, there was a Coast Guard patrol boat that ran aground on a sandbar during a big northeaster. Pulled up right alongside of them. The guys from the Coast Guard boat jumped aboard the duck. They drove off the sandbar, re-engaged propeller, drove up the beach, rescued the guys in about 5 minutes. So what no other boat could do, these ducks did in about 5 minutes. After that, the U.S. military said, you know what? We have more extremely successful about World War II. First time they ever used these ducks during World War II was during the invasion of Sicily. We'll stack them this way, drive out to the beaches, and once they get out to the beaches, instead of along them in other boats, they can drive straight in the water and out to the main ships, the guys get treatment. So like I said, very successful throughout World War II. This building right in front of me here is called the Tivoli Theater, also known as the Tivy or the Jewel of the South. The Tivoli Theater opened back in May of 1921. On opening day, the Tivoli Symphony played along with showing the movie Forbidden Fruit. The admission to the Tivoli Symphony and the movie, depending on where you sat in the theater, was anywhere between 15 and 55 cents back in 1921. Tivoli Theater was open for about 5 years, but they became one of the first commercial buildings in the country. The main band opens at 6, the main band goes on at 7, goes through probably about 11 o'clock at night. Food trucks, face painting, things like that. A lot of fun. If you have nothing else to do tonight, check out Nightfall over at Miller Park. This building onto my right here is called the
Don't forget to go like and
formerly known as
subscribe.
the Crutchfield House, built just over 170 years ago, just before the Civil War. During the Civil War, the Crutchfield House was used by the Union Army as a hospital. Once the Civil War was over, the Crutchfield House went back to a hotel. 2 years after the Civil War was over, the Crutchfield House burned to the ground. Bringing that building back to the Great Gatsby's and Roaring Twenties, absolutely gorgeous inside there. And you guys been inside the Reed House? So when you get the chance to walk around, it's absolutely gorgeous inside there. And one of the best steakhouses in Chattanooga, what I've been told, one of the more expensive steakhouses, but one of the best steakhouses in Chattanooga. Well, when the contractors came in to renovate that building last time, they came in and took all the doors off all the rooms, just make it easy to get out of the rooms. When they got to room 311, they couldn't open the door. The key wouldn't work, the lock wouldn't work, nothing would work. They literally had to come to the room with a saw. When they got into room 311, out of the entire hotel, there was only one room that had burst pipes in it. That was in room 311. Sunset Rock. Just get there early though, because the parking lot is pretty small and it does fill up pretty quickly. Do I have any whiskey drinkers on board the boat? Some of them, like I said, we just passed the Chattanooga Whiskey Company. That's their newest distillery. Their original distillery is downtown, right across from the Chattanooga Choo. Neat little facility right there. They actually do a tour of that facility. They show you how they make their whiskey. Very into that tour. You actually get to sample their whiskey. So if you like whiskey, it's a really
going to the water, y'all. Land of water.
Right
Land
next to the place called
to
the Hot
water.
Chocolatier. Everything
Land
in their chocolate is really
to
good.
water.
So if there's somebody in group likes chocolate, somebody in group likes whiskey, one goes to the whiskey place, one goes to the chocolate place, you'd have to work, you're both happy. Or if you have kids, you send the kids to the chocolate place, you go to the whiskey place, you meet them afterwards, you're really happy. Although someone said send the kids to the whiskey place, you're even happier. Alright, you guys ready to get in the water?
Yeah.
You guys ready to get wet?
Negative.
Yeah, you're ready to get wet, right?
Negative.
Because you're on the wet side of the boat.
Negative.
No. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to take my foot on the brake. We'll start hitting the wall. We hit the water. We're not really hitting a brick wall. We hit the water. We will slow down fairly quickly. No one's in front of here. We're going to hit themselves up here. You do have purses, camera bags, water bottles, souvenirs, open bags of food, little ones sitting with you. Make sure they don't go sliding off your seat. So make sure you have a seat there. Anyone bring any buckets of beer with them?
Yes, sir.
You don't have to hold on to that. Let that slide up to me. I'll take care of it. Everything else hold on to. You guys sitting in the very last row? Hang on. You guys are sitting in the front seat. When I hit the water, the back of this boat sometimes bounces funny. If you guys are not paying attention when I hit the water, I'm going to turn around and look back and say one or two of you guys sitting on the floor. It's usually the person with the camera phone. Like I'm going to film this and get some great video. What happens is you put both hands to your phone, put it this close to your face, and that's all you're looking at as we go down the ramp. When this is awesome, amazing, we hit the water, they go, yep, he's sitting on the floor. If you want to film it, go for it. One hand for your phone, one hand for yourself. Put your foot in the seat in front of you. That'll help keep yourself sliding off the seat there too. As long as you're paying attention, we should be good. Alright? You guys ready?
Yes, sir. Let's roll.
Alright, you guys want me to go fast or slow?
Fast. Push it.
Did anyone say slow?
Work that engine.
Nobody said slow? I thought I heard a slow back there, so no one said slow. I like this group. Alright, hang on.
Alright. Oh! He is dumping! He's dumping! Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Look at that! Whoa! He pushed it! He pushed it!
Wet? A little bit. Nobody got soaked, did they?
No.
Yeah, I gotta stop hitting the brakes. Although maybe at the end of the trip we'll try it backwards. You guys might really get wet then. We all survived, we're good?
Sure.
Well, you all can do me one big favor though. Throughout this trip, for the most part, I'm gonna sit back here talking to you guys, pointing things out to you. Not necessarily looking where I'm going. Since you guys already facing that direction, you see about to hit something or run something over, I greatly appreciate it. Let me know. Because right now my Coast Guard record is perfect. I really want to try to keep it that way. Alright? Thank you. Well, Chattanooga's kind of got a very interesting history in the sense of how it's grown up over the years. Because this river here, because of the railroad system here in Chattanooga, Chattanooga was very prone for industry. Because of the river and the railroad system that was here, it's usually pretty easy to get supplies to Chattanooga. Once those supplies are made into products,
usually it's those finished products out of Chattanooga. So Chattanooga very naturally grew up as a very industrialized city. Especially just before the Civil War, industry was really starting to take off here. The railroad system was really starting to come into its prime. Once the Civil War started, the Confederate Army kind of used Chattanooga as a main. The Kentucky, Alabama area ran right through Chattanooga. Chattanooga became that central part of their supply line, very vital to the Confederate Army. One of the reasons why the Union Army said, if we want to win this war, we need to take over Chattanooga. Once the Union Army did take over Chattanooga, they ended up using Chattanooga as their launching point for the invasion of the South, their march towards Atlanta. Once the Civil War was over, a lot of those Union soldiers came back to Chattanooga for a couple reasons. One, Chattanooga had always kind of been a very Union-friendly city. They figured they'd be welcome back here. But two, they saw the potential for growth. They saw industry was taking off here before the war, how easy it was to get supplies and products in and out of Chattanooga during the war. They figured they came back to Chattanooga, reinvested in the city, they'd be able to make a lot of money. And they were correct. Over the years, industry grew and grew and grew. A day, 7 days a week, they're like, there's your problem. Look at all this pollution. We need to do something about it. All you factories that are working 3 shifts a day, we need you to cut it back to 2 shifts a day. We need to reduce the production so we can reduce the pollution. So they did. They started getting these factories start cutting back on their production. Well, that reduced the pollution about that much. Didn't do a whole lot for the pollution, but if you had a 3rd shift job, you're unemployed. All of a sudden that unemployment rate started to go up here in Chattanooga, production rate started to go down, the pollution still pretty much remained about the same. So the government stepped in again and started getting these factories are cutting back on more production. Now, what happens to a factory when it's not making a whole lot of products? Not making any money, shuts down, goes bankrupt, moves. What happens to all those people who used to work for those factories? Unemployed, they leave town. During the 1980s, Chattanooga became a ghost town. All the people leaving town, all the industry leaving town. Like Barry, the guy driving the other duck today, he grew up here in Chattanooga. He used to say during the 1980s, Riverfront Drive, where we just drove down on, he said you could fall asleep in the middle of that road on a Friday or Saturday night, not have to worry about getting run over. There was nobody here. So during the 1980s, the mayor and the city council were talking, what can we do to start bringing people back to Chattanooga? What can we do to revitalize our city? Hence Tennessee Aquarium. 1992, they opened up the world's largest freshwater aquarium. 2005, they opened up the saltwater aquarium. And the aquarium did exactly what they needed to do. It started bringing people back to Chattanooga. It started to revitalize our city. In fact, I actually volunteer for the Tennessee Aquarium as one of their scuba divers. I never do go inside the aquarium, just when they're scrubbing the reef, waving at you and feeding the fish, playing with the sharks. Might be me. But one of the videos I had to watch become a volunteer showed a clip from the TV show from the game show Jeopardy! On that game show, one of the questions was, where's the world's largest freshwater aquarium? Answer? Chattanooga, Tennessee. So we must have finally made it on the map because we've been on Jeopardy! So the aquarium did what they needed to do. Chattanooga started to come back to life.
Don't forget to go like and subscribe.
Well, welcome to the Tennessee River. The Tennessee River is 600 in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, if you look at the Tennessee River on a map, it looks like a big horseshoe. You start zooming in on Tennessee River, looking at it closely, you'll notice this river twists and turns and winds. It winds all these mountain ranges. One of the things that makes this river such a beautiful river is the same thing as making this river potentially treacherous or dangerous river. The Whitewater Rapids that used to be on this river with the dams on the river's obviously a whole lot lower, extremely dangerous. This river actually flows in every direction of the compass. North, south, east, and west. This river actually flows north. Paducah, Kentucky is actually about 70 miles north of Knoxville, Tennessee, where the river starts. So this river flows north and every direction of the compass. About 11 miles downriver is the Tennessee Valley Gorge. Absolutely beautiful down there. They call it the Grand Canyon of the East. The mountains get really high, the river gets really narrow. Beautiful down there. But when it would rain for days and days and days, and all that rain would hit the Smoky Mountains and the Cumberland Plateau and start flowing into this river, when those millions of gallons of water would flow down river, get to that narrow restriction to the gorge, could all the water visit the gorge at one time? No. You couldn't go to the gorge. Where'd all the water go?
We were right there earlier.
Get back up and overflow. Where would it back up to?
Right there.
Chattanooga. Chattanooga was known for flooding. In fact, the worst flood in Chattanooga's history was back in 1867, just over 150 years ago. That flood was so bad here in Chattanooga, they have estimated if the Tennessee Aquarium had been sitting there during that flood, they believe the floodwaters would have reached about 10 to 15 feet below from where the glass starts on the aquarium.
Wow.
So you take that and put that all around Chattanooga, there was a lot of water in this city. And it was not uncommon for Chattanooga to flood every year, sometimes even 2 or 3 times a year. Well, from the bridge in front of me to the bridge behind me, this whole riverfront right here is called Ross's Landing. And it's named Ross's Landing in honor of Chief John Ross, the Cherokee Indian. Now, John Ross, because his family had been here for several generations, they become very good friends with the Cherokee Indians. In fact, the Cherokee Indians and the Ross family were great friends. They loved each other. They respected each other. They loved John Ross, their principal chief. Now, the interesting part about that story is John Ross was only 1/8 Cherokee, but 7/8 Scottish. So basically, the Cherokee...
Let me dry the boat.
First scene of this event, and we, viewer discretion advised here, folks.
Chattanooga is famous for memorials. AT&T. Chattanooga City, you guys. This is a corner store we just left out, you guys, to get some blunts. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Nashville tomorrow.